Hi, I'm David Weegenaar. This is the fifth of its type elementary session for demonstrating the power of checkmate. So here we go. It doesn't matter how many pieces or so you are down in a given game of chess if you can checkmate, because checkmate wins the king even if you are in this position. Are you ready? Okay, if it's black to move here, which it isn't, then black stands well. Black's going to win very easily indeed, but they still have to be very careful. Okay, but it is actually white here to move and to actually win this position. No, this seems really odd, doesn't it? This position's just crazy. It's obviously a fantasy position, but guess what? This position is actually very possible, because there are 2, 4, 6, 7 queens on the board. Why are there not 8 queens for black on the board? Firstly, they start with 1, and I'm actually wondering why it's 2, 4, 6, 8 all together, 9. Okay, so black can only have 9 queens altogether, but black has still got a pawn. So that would be a prospective queen. So white should probably resign this because they're pretty lost. I mean, look at all these queens, the power of them. I mean, this is a real clear win for black. But if we look at this a little bit deeper, we can see 2 moves for white, even though the 4 million pieces down, that white can play and end the game. So what is that? Doesn't look very good because, you know, it's diabolical what's happening here. I mean, black can take their choice of what queen move or rook move to play. So it's white to move, and so can you see how white can actually win this game even though the value of their pieces is only 10, sorry, 13. So the queen is 9, bishop is 3, and the pawn is 1, and there's no value for the king. It's just invaluable. So what move can white play here? I did say this is elementary to win here, but it's also very hard to see because a lot of times people sit there staring at checkmate. So white has 2 moves here, even though there are a lot of pieces down. They've got this move, checkmate, because the king cannot take the queen and the king cannot move away from the queen, and the bishop defends the queen even though it's attacked 3 times by queen, and rook, and the king cannot take, king cannot move out, and the king cannot put a queen in the way, which would be nice if it could, but it can't. So this is checkmate, okay? And there's one other checkmate here for white, similar but a little bit different. The road is a little bit shorter. It is, I hope you can see it, queen to g7 checkmate, see? So the computer says it's checkmate. Now even though black having all these pieces at their disposal. They are helpless against this in chess, which is very sad about chess, because if black was to move, what would we do if black was to move? We'd lose very, very quickly indeed. And black could even just defend if it was black's move to the checks. But it's not, of course. But the thing I'm trying to say here is that notice it says straight away, the computer, Fritz11, says this is checkmate, even though black has this powerhouse of pieces to their availability. But checkmate rules over everything, because the king is lost, even though the position for white is theoretically lost. The position is lost for black. So it's pretty sad, really. But I want to impress upon you that this queen on g7 cannot be taken. And when you start playing chess, you are very scared about moving a queen right next to the king, because it looks like the king can take it. But it cannot, because if it takes this queen, it is actually being attacked by the bishop. So the queen is defended, but these look very, very scary moves to make. I've seen so many junior players, including myself when I started playing chess, being very scared to place a queen or something in the fray where it's defended even so, but it still is scary for junior chess players or young chess players to make this move. So if white clowns around, okay, then it's black could just choose to go here. Could go here actually, or here, or here, or check, or here, check. And this would sort of force queen e1, queen e1. Now I did say it's elementary. King here. Now note, this will be possible because the queen defends the bishop and it's check again. Now if the king moves here, then have we got any queens that can join in the fun? Yes, we have. We've got this knight check. Now this knight isn't actually checking the king, is it? Because it's too far away. It's 2 miles away from the king. So how can that be check? Well, this is what's called a discovery check, with the queen on b8 is now cloaked before or masked. Now it is open the line or the diagonal to the king. Now we could play this move for white, okay? And if you got no time in chess and lightning chess, this is a good move to play for both players to meet, okay? Next thing is we could just go here and it's checkmate very shortly thereafter. But if we play the game, we could do this, because otherwise it's checkmate here. The king cannot move anywhere because there's too many pieces attacking it. We cannot take the bishop because of the queen on c8. We can't move here because of the bishop. We can't move here because of the queen and it's checking. Can't move back here because of this queen. Okay, so this is check. The only move for black here is pawn here. Now, you could discover the many ways of checkmate here. There are a lot. There are slow ones like bishop here. Checkmate. Or there are slow ones There's even this one, bishop checkmate. And then there's the queen f4 checkmate. But there's also things that black can do wrong here. This is a big mistake for black. Do you know why? Because after this, white will not be able to play any move on the board. Watch this. New variation. Stalemate. Now what is a stalemate? Stalemate is where the king cannot make, or any piece or pawn cannot make any move because everything's all locked up. And the king cannot move here because anywhere it moves, it's check. So this is called a stalemate, which means this would be probably one of the most famous stalemate positions in all of history. Okay? Just having fun there. So this is a stalemate position. So there you have an elementary session for you, and I hope it's enlightened some of your thoughts on chess, especially in delivering checkmate when you've got the queen defending. If one of the queens or pawns or bishops or knights or rooks were able to take the queen on g7 or h8 when it went queen h8 or queen g7 checkmate, then black would be terribly won. So there you have it. This has ended up a draw. Thank you very much for having a look at my YouTube chess channel on elementary chess, and today's date is the 14th of April 2018, and more of these elementary chess sessions are coming from my hand, that they have been made and created from my hand to demonstrate stalemate, checkmate, and what not to do and what to do in blitz chess. Thank you.